Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kyle and Claire wondered what Audra was up to at the Neil Winters Jazz Lounge. When Claire questioned Kyle about whether he still harbored feelings for Audra, he insisted that their relationship was only a passing affair. Kyle informed Claire that he nearly lost his family because of his previous dealings with Audra and the deceit concerning Glissade, and he proposed that they discuss something else. It was a tough time, he remembered once. Claire was skeptical that Audra would allow Kyle to move on from their history anytime soon. Kyle informed Claire that he would rather concentrate on her than Audra. He revealed that he had won a significant battle against Jabot over a spy. Kyle pleaded with Claire for further information. He wanted to keep everything under wraps. Kyle's inability to tell Claire about his profession irritated her. Kyle said he was sorry. He had to exercise caution, but he didn't intend to exclude her. Claire inquired as to if Kyle's news was related to the dubious employee Kyle had mentioned to her. Claire wanted to know if Victor had anything to do with the employee. She pleaded with him to speak to her. Kyle complied. He said that keeping her in the dark wasn't fair. Victor is the issue at Jabot, according to Kyle. Kyle had Claire swear that he knew who Victor's mole was at Jabot and that she would not tell anyone, especially Victor. Claire was shocked that her grandfather would act in such a manner. Kyle claimed that Victor's behavior was typical and that he had done this to exact revenge on Jack. Claire noted that it was distressing because this was the first time she had ever seen her grandfather in this manner. By proposing that they go to the dance floor and dance slowly together, Kyle diverted her attention from Victor. On the other side of the room, Nate informed Audra that she had become irritable with Kyle. It felt fantastic to shove her news in Kyle's face, Audra acknowledged. It was good to be back in the business world, she continued. Nate stated that he wouldn't hold it against Audra if she announced to the world that Audra Charles is back. According to Audra, Kyle was unaware of his error. Audra was warned by Nate not to collaborate with Victor. Nate wasn't so sure, but she insisted she had this. He claimed that Audra would not have organized a lavish night out if she was genuinely comfortable working for the formidable Victor once more. If Nate couldn't share in her happiness, Audra vowed she would toast herself. In the end, Nate toasted Audra by lifting his glass. Nate stated that he didn't want Victor to use Audra to get to Jack or for her to make another glissade move. Audra assured Nate that she would not sign or do anything that would not benefit her in the future when she worked with Victor. She said that success was all that mattered to her. Nate claimed to have complete faith in Audra but to have zero faith in Victor. He wished that she was partnering with someone else. Audra was sure she had this under control, so she ordered Nate to calm down. Nate questioned why Audra cared that Kyle and Claire wouldn't get along. Nate glanced across the room at Kyle and Claire dancing. Nate shrugged and said, "They look happy to me." "We'll see," Audra teasingly said. She urged that they dance as well, but claimed she was only observing. Nate and Audra started dancing slowly, but Audra and Kyle looked at each other. When Victor got home, Nikki was there to greet him. She wanted to hear about a meeting he had with Michael, which astonished him. According to Nikki, she finds everything he does fascinating. Victor had a suspicion that Nikki was curious about his strategy for taking down Jack. Victor and Nikki argued about Jack's assistance to her when she was off the wagon. Victor was reminded by Nikki that she pleaded with him to put an end to this feud. She told her husband that since Jack had gotten her through that awful night in the hotel room, she hadn't drunk a drop of alcohol. Victor claimed Jack was not to blame for her sobriety, but Nikki and Nikki alone. Additionally, he characterized the relationship between Claire and Kyle as puppy love. Nikki compared her love for Victor to Kyle and Claire's love. Victor said, "Different story," and shrugged. Victor thought Kyle was bound to break Clary's heart. What if Kyle is the one for her? Nikki retorted. She advised him to give up attempting to dominate everyone. Victor would only gain Claire's contempt, Nikki cautioned. Victor was put on the spot by Nikki. She questioned him about his intentions to destroy Claire and Kyle. Victor claimed that although he was a copy of Kyle, he wasn't aiming to ruin him. He was content to let nature do its thing. Victor brought up the topic of Chancellor and Nikki's employment there. Victor expressed his admiration for Nikki's business sense. His words were, I love you, too, she said in response. Victor forewarned Nikki that Aristotle Dumas might be something they are unprepared for in the future. Victor inquired as to whether anyone was asking a lot of questions or if Chancellor had any new hires. Billy Abbott was engaged in all of this, according to the Newman patriarch's theory, because he wanted to regain control over Chancellor. Victor believed that Nikki's suggestion that she face Billy would be a mistake. Victor informed Nikki that Michael and he have been collaborating to make plans for Dumas and whatever he desires with Billy. Victor pointed out that this might also be bad news for Chancellor. That didn't sit well with Nikki. The Genoa City Athletic Club's bar is where Jack and Diane first met. Diane wanted to know what made Jack grin and reminded him that they don't hold secrets from one another. Jack informed his wife that he had learned that Victor had an informant in Jabot, courtesy to Kyle. Jack was pleased with Kyle's ability to make things better. It was masterful, Jack remarked of Kyle's strategy with the spy. Jack disagreed with Diane's theory that Victor had played them. Diane foresaw that Victor would react with another move, followed by Jack, and so forth. She wished they could do more and wondered if he had another spy at Jabot. How would he feel if we tried to burn his company to the ground? Asked Diane. Jack questioned Diane about her sincerity in pursuing Victor Newman. Diane expressed her desire to defeat him. Jack claimed that although he defeated Victor, the joy he felt from defeating that old buzzard was short-lived. Jack went on to say that defeating Victor was a pointless victory and that he didn't want to be like him. The most crucial factor, in Jack's opinion, was that Victor was unaware that they were pursuing him. Jack mentioned that he didn't reveal that he was aware of Victor's mole when he stopped by Victor and Michael's table to tell them how wonderful things were. Michael was Victor's fixer and the liaison between Victor and the Jabot spy, Jack added. Since her old friend Michael was working against the Abbotts, Diane was offended and referred to him as a snake. Victor probably told Michael it was his way or the highway, Jack thought. Then take the highway, Diane yelled, don't betray a friend. Jack pointed out that Victor was targeting Kyle and Claire's relationship in addition to Jabot. Diane hoped Victor would stand behind Claire and Kyle. Jack speculated that Victor's attacks will eventually end when Diane asked him if the Abbotts would ever be free of them. Jack believed that since they had defeated Victor that day, they deserved to raise a glass to that achievement. Diane lifted her glass and remarked, to life, love, and Victor-free happiness. Jack gave his wife a kiss.